we met, he had the silo constructed as kind of just a storage shed, but he knew that he always wanted to create some sort of living unit out of it. So when we were dating and getting married, we kind of had the idea together to make it our first home. We had to do a pretty serious pare down of our stuff to move in here, and that honestly just keeps continuing. You know, you think you can't minimize anymore, but after digging through 20 tank tops, you decide that 10 is plenty.
There's something about living in a small space that it simplifies life. It simplifies almost every aspect of life. It quiets the mind in a way.
You don't necessarily have to settle for something that doesn't quite fit your personality. I think it's a good challenge. I really invite people to think out of the box.
Isn't it great? There you go.
One thing that we seem to do, I guess, about every 10 years is we decide, well, it's time to reinvent ourselves. It's time to do something totally different. And it was just going to be a weekend getaway. Before we knew it, we were starting to think, like, what would it be like to actually live there year-round? Off-grid is not what it used to be. We have cell phone service, and we have internet, and we have lights. We have solar that pumps water up here, so we have running water. So it's not near as primitive as it may sound. I don't think of the space that I live in as just being the four walls here. All of this, the deck out front is an extension of the living room, and the meadow out there is an extension of the room, and the garden is an extension of the kitchen. So I actually feel like it's the biggest space I've ever lived in that respect.
I feel a lot lighter since living here. Brady's really good at saying, like, to have one jacket that you like or one pair of shoes that you like. You know, I like to have a little more options. Things don't bring you happiness. Our lifestyle gets to bring us happiness. It's hard to make money on the island. Farming is such a big passion of both of ours. Kind of out of necessity, those hobbies have become businesses so we can make a living.
And I think the tiny home has played an absolutely integral role in both our businesses because, you know, we were paying at least $1,300 to $1,400 living in Tangletown with rent and utilities and everything. And by saving that $1,400 a month, I mean, that's $700 a month I can put into assets that are going to produce money for my business in the future, hopefully. And so the tiny home it's like the cog in the wheel that allows the whole thing to spin.
To me, home means good food in the fridge and cozy blankets around, and you get to have a place to come back to at the end of a day doing the things that you love and coming back to the people that you love.